A certain song comes on, not even a sad one, and suddenly the hair on your arms stands up, a wave rolls down your spine, and for about 3 seconds you feel something with no name. Here's the strange part. Nothing happened. You're not cold. You're not scared. A pattern of sound vibrated your eardrum, and your entire body responded like it mattered. So what is that? Why does music, just organized noise, give you the same physical reaction as standing in freezing wind? The answer connects you to a frightened animal that lived long before you did. And it says something kind of beautiful about what you are. Let's start with what goosebumps actually are, because it's a little ridiculous. When you get them, a tiny muscle at the base of each hair on your body contracts and pulls the hair upright. That's it. That's the whole event. You have a muscle for every single hair, and right now, thousands of them just did a coordinated little flex. And here's the thing. This reflex makes no sense for you. Standing your hair up does nothing. You barely have any. It doesn't warm you meaningfully. It doesn't protect you. It is, for a modern human, a completely pointless feature, which is the giveaway. When your body does something useless, it's almost always a leftover, an instruction written for a body you no longer have. So whose body was it written for? Picture a cat that's just been startled. What happens? It puffs up. The fur stands straight out, the tail goes huge, and suddenly the cat looks nearly twice its size. That's goosebumps. Exact same reflex, same muscle, doing something genuinely useful. For a furry animal, standing all your hair on end in a threatening moment makes you look bigger and more dangerous to whatever's scaring you. It might be the difference between a predator backing off and a predator pouncing. And it does one more thing. When you're cold, raised fur traps a layer of warm air against the skin, like fluffing a blanket. For any animal with a real coat, goosebumps are a genuine survival tool. Look bigger when threatened, stay warmer when cold. Your ancestors, when they were furrier, had exactly this. And then, somewhere along the way, we lost most of our fur. But we never lost the wiring. The muscles stayed, the reflex stayed, the trigger stayed. We just stopped having the coat that made it do anything. So now, you get the command to puff up, and nothing puffs. You get the ghost of a defense mechanism, firing in a body that has nothing left to raise. Okay, cold and fear, I understand, but that doesn't explain the song. Why does a piece of music trigger a fear and cold reflex? This is where it gets interesting. That same reflex is wired to fire during moments of intense emotion, not just fear, but awe, being deeply moved. And researchers have a compelling idea about why. For your ancestors, powerful, unexpected sounds were significant events. A sudden clap of thunder, the roar of an animal, a scream in the dark, a wail of grief from the group. These sounds meant something huge is happening right now. Pay attention. And that surge of alertness came bundled with the same physical package, heightened senses, a rush down the spine, hair on end. Music hijacks that. When a song swells, when a voice cracks with feeling, when a note lands exactly right, your ancient alert system reads it as one of those huge, significant moments. It can't tell the difference between "the sky is roaring" and "the chorus just hit." Both are overwhelming sound with emotional weight, so it fires the old response. This matters. Feel it in your body. You're not overreacting to a song. You're having the correct, ancient reaction to something your brain has flagged as enormous. Now here's a detail most people don't know, and it's a nice one. Not everyone gets goosebumps from music. Studies suggest only some people do, and the ones who do tend to have slightly stronger connections between the parts of the brain that process sound and the parts that process emotion. Literally, the wiring between hearing and feeling is a bit richer. So if a song has ever given you chills, if a film score, a voice, a swelling moment has ever put a wave down your arms, that's not nothing. That's a physical sign that in you, sound and emotion are unusually deeply connected. You are, in a very literal, measurable way, wired to be moved. Some people go their whole lives without it. You get to feel music in your skin. That's not a small thing to carry. So think about what's actually happening in that 3-second chill. A defense mechanism, evolved over millions of years to make a frightened animal look bigger in the dark, is being triggered, in you, by beauty, by a song, by a human voice deliberately arranged to move you. Your ancestors' bodies raised their hair to survive. Yours does it to feel. That same ancient circuit that once meant danger now fires for a violin. We took a survival reflex built for terror and cold, and somewhere in becoming human, we rewired it to answer to art. That's the thing I keep coming back to. Nothing about goosebumps from a song is necessary. It does nothing for your survival. It is, as far as we can tell, completely useless. And your body does it anyway, because at some point our species became the kind of animal that responds to beauty with its whole body, involuntarily, whether it helps us or not. So the next time a song puts that wave down your arms and you get that feeling with no name, that's a caveman's fear reflex, a cat's puffed up tail, 10 million years of survival wiring, all of it, being spent on something that will never keep you alive, and choosing to fire anyway, just because it's beautiful. That might be the most human thing your body does. CTA, 6:15 to 6:30. Keep it short. If a song has ever given you chills, tell me which one in the comments. I'm genuinely collecting them. Let's see if there's one we all share. Subscribe. There's a new one every week. I'm Wired. And you're stranger than you think.